everybody, this is Teri from Sweet Pea Papers, and I'd like to welcome you to the 4th Annual Crafty Christmas in July. This is going to be of 2025, and of course it's hosted by me, Teri, at Sweet Pea Papers, and the hashtag for this year is going to be Crafty Christmas in July 25. Now, I'm going to go through this pretty quick because this is the 5th video in this series, and you've seen all this by now, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it because you need to know all this stuff. It's very important. It runs from July 1st through the 31st. We have 30 collaborators, 30 great people that are helping me out with this event this year. We have 50 plus videos, 20 plus prizes. There's going to be a drawing at the end of the month. Well, the beginning of August. The kits for the collaborators have been donated by Stacy McDaniel, a Crafty Dragon Creation, and Karen Villanova, Creative Paper Artisan. The kit by Stacy is called Steampunk Christmas, and the one by Karen is called Christmas Mice and Mushrooms. Now, we're using, in this video series, I'll be doing another video series using Karen's kit, but we're using Stacy's Steampunk Christmas. Look at that, upside down. Now, when I said there was 30 collaborators, I was not kidding. We have a full calendar for you this month. And right now, we are about, we should be right about here somewhere, right about in the middle of the month. And make sure that you visit everybody's videos and like and comment and subscribe. Okay, now the links to everything are going to be below the video, and there's going to be a Linktree link. And for those of you that don't know what a Linktree link is you click on the link and it opens a web page, and on the web page is a list of all the other places that you need to go. So the first link is going to be Sweet Pea Papers YouTube channel. Then there's going to be Karen and Stacy's links to their Etsy shops, because they were lovely enough to donate kits for us, and we're going to help them out. And go over there and check out their shops and follow and make lovely purchases, right? Okay, so then there's going to be a link to the collaborators that have donated prizes for the drawing, and that's going to open up another web page that will have a list of links on it. Those links will be to the Etsy shops of the people that donated prizes. Then right below that, you're going to scroll down about 4 links, 5 links maybe, are going to be the links to every single one of these videos. Okay, so make sure you go visit all of them and check everybody out. Check out the Etsy shops and do all that good stuff. Now, how do you win in the drawing? You have to enter in the drawing. How do you enter the drawing? Well, first of all, the drawing is going to be on Sunday, August 3rd, and it's going to be on the Sweet Pea Papers YouTube channel. I'm going to record it and then post it really early in the morning. The 20 plus prizes include free junk journal kits and also ebooks, which are electronic books, like a PDF, if you are not familiar with them being called electronic books or ebooks. Entering the contest is easy. You create a Christmas project. You can use one of the 2 kits that we have for you. That would be awesome. You can get those by going to that Linktree link below and clicking through to one of the 2 shops or both and picking up the Christmas kits. Or you can use any other papers that you like, any other Christmas papers. It must be a Christmas project. And you post a picture or video of your project in the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. There's a link to that as well below, with the hashtag Crafty Christmas in July 25. Remember that. Crafty Christmas in July 25 is your hashtag. Excuse me, I had a fight with my printer when I refilled the ink. So you want Crafty Christmas in July 25 as your hashtag in your post, or it doesn't count no matter how lovely the entry is. Each post, not picture, is worth 1 entry in the drawing. You can enter more than 1 post per day for more entries into the drawing. And you can post your entry. You need to post your entries by July 31st, and you can win only one time per drawing, so you can't win multiple times. Okay, so that's it for that. Now, this is video 5, and we are going to be making the cover. We're there, yes. So what I've done is I've cut out 2 6x9 squares or rectangles, one 1" by 9" spine, and I've taken 2 pieces of cardstock, and I've printed the light colored backing paper on there, and that's what we're going to use for the cover. Most of it's going to be covered anyway, but I just thought I didn't want to use white. So all we have to do is you want to make sure that you've got 1 inch all the way around at least. So we're going to put this spine in the center, up and down. That'll give us 1 inch at the top and 1 inch at the bottom, because 8.5 by 11. This is 9. That'll give us 10 and 11. So we're going to glue this on. You might as well fill up your glue when you start making a cover, because you're going to use it. Make sure to glue this really well. As you know, I'm not big on using tons of glue. I feel like the pieces of paper do not have a mind of their own, and they're not going to walk away as long as you glue them securely. However, with the spine, when you open the journal, the paper can bubble up when you open it. So you want to make sure to get this secure and get it all glued down flat. Wow, that was lucky. Okay, so I want to get this about 1 inch up. And I want to get it straight. Okay, now I've got this tool. It's called a bookmaker's tool. You can get it on Amazon for, I don't know, $8 or so. It does several different things, but what we're going to use it for is this corner piece here and this right here. This will tell you how far apart to put your pieces, and it helps you get them straight. Now, I'm going to use it to get them straight, but I feel like it puts this is a little bit too wide. That makes it a little bit too loosey-goosey. So I'm going to glue it down, and then I'm going to slide it over just a little bit, okay? And then I'll show you what a couple of the other things are on here, what they do. So yeah, we're halfway through our Christmas in July. I hope you're enjoying all the videos. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. Probably shouldn't be doing this over the paper. Of course, it doesn't really matter since we're going to be gluing it all down anyway. But everybody has worked so hard, you know, to bring you your crafty videos. Okay, and then I'm just going to push it in just a little bit. Now I had, for some reason, when I trimmed this paper, the print is so light on it, it was kind of hard for me to see where the edge was, you know, when I trimmed the white off the edges of the paper. because I didn't want to print it full page, because it makes the inside of the journal incorrect. So anyway, I trimmed a little bit off the bottom of the paper here on this side. You'll notice it's a little bit shorter. I wasn't very good at cutting it straight across. It was better than having the little bit longer on this side, because you would have seen that when I folded it up. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is trim the corners. Move this. So we're going to mark them first, and you take this and put it on the corner. And it's going to be up on top over there. I'm going to try to do this kind of quick, because it's kind of repetitive, and now we're done using this. Then we're going to cut the corners off. Why does my medicine alarm always go off? Because I always take my medicine before I start recording, but I forget to turn the timer off. I take medicine several times a day, and it's easier just to have timers on my phone, or alarms on my phone. I'm just going to kind of fold this up so the fibers in the paper kind of know what we're going to be doing. Give them a warning ahead of time. And you want to be a little careful where your seam is. Oh, this is just 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper in portrait, glued together, just overlap just a little bit. I'm not sure if I remembered to tell you the measurement on the paper. Okay, and we're going to do the long sides first, and we're just going to glue. Now, I don't think it matters as long as you do the long side and the long side, or the short side and the short side. You just don't want to do a long side, then a short side, then a long side, then a short side, because then it will look different. on the corners. You want it to look the same. And you just pick it up, fold it, and slide it towards you. And pressing down. And we're going to just do the same with all the other sides. Just make sure everything's glued down. Take your bone folder right here where this is. You can tell if it's the right distance apart if your bone folder fits right in there nicely. So you could use your bone folder as a gap measurement as well. And you just want to kind of crease that in. Be careful, don't use the point. You don't want to tear the paper. And you have to start all over again. And you just want to make sure you've got enough glue to hold that paper down when you fold it over. You don't want it to pop up. Like I said, you want to make sure that you're a little careful where your seam is. So now you can see where that goes downhill just a little bit, but that's all right, it'll be covered. But if this had been not a big notch right here, you would have noticed it. So it was better to have the gradual little difference than the where it glued, you know, being crooked. Well, it's still crooked, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's get this other end glued. Wow. I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah, I can't believe I got that ink all over my fingers. There's a brand that I get by accident sometimes. And I get two different ones. One of them has, you have to take the whole lid off the bottle. And then undo this and peel back this little plastic safety piece to keep everything inside. The other one you don't. The one that you do, I almost always end up getting the ink on my fingers because I'm too silly to put rubber gloves on. I'm thinking about putting corners on this, but I'm not sure. Now for the inside, we're going to use the same papers. So we're going to take this and we're going to fold it in half. Now I printed this with the border and then I cut it off. That way it's the same size as the signatures, you know, height-wise. Good grief, what's going on here? Okay, now we're going to ink them. Now this does have an image on it, so we're going to have to make sure to glue the two papers right side up to each other. Okay. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece 3 inches wide, because you want 3 times the size of this, which is 1 inch. Okay, and I want to take it from this area here. And then I'm going to use this part right here with the hands on the clock for the spine on the outside. Okay, so let's ink the top and the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to glue this right over the center. And we want to glue this really well, just like we glued the paper on the front side of the spine really well. We don't want it to bubble up. when we close the book. You want it to be even left and right and even up and down. You're going to take your bone folder and right where you had gone along before, you're going to go right along here. The whole length, because that's where you're going to fold it when you fold your book cover. Okay, we're going to take these papers, and we're going to glue them in. Now I don't have any, we're going to use an elastic spine. Because I don't sew very well anymore. And I don't have any white eyelets or green eyelets. In fact, I'm out of eyelets. So we're just not going to put eyelets in, which are fine. It looks just fine. And then we're going to use a white cord that's 1.5 millimeters thick. Okay, now this is the top. So we want our clock to go the right way. This is the shorthand. So it's 10 o'clock, 10:30. You want to line this up with the line there. Yeah, I could have moved this out quite a bit. Yeah, I should have put this over just a little bit further. It's all right though. Let's pick up that little extra glue. When you go back and forth like that, it's more glue than just putting it straight line. because when you flatten the paper out, you know, by rubbing it, then all of this glue smushes outward. Okay. This is a glue eraser. I think I told you about this before, but I'm not sure. Now I made sure that when I glued these two together that the clock image was at the top on both. So now all we have to do now is cut the or punch the hole. So we want to measure in, or measure down. Well, I usually don't measure down, but they aren't quite even, so 1/4 of an inch from the top. So it's going to give us a line about here. Yeah, this is up quite a bit from the bottom compared to the other. I'm just doing this very lightly because we're going to erase it. Then we're going to come in from the spine indentation, from the edge of the inside of the spine. We're going to come in 1/2 inch and make a mark. Then up here we're going to come in 1/2 inch, not necessarily from the end of our little line that we drew just to make a straight mark, but the edge of where the actual cardboard starts. I'm going to come in 1/2 inch, make a line, and that's where we'll make our 2 holes. You want them on the smaller one. You want it on the larger setting if you're going to put in the standard eyelet from Memory Keepers, but we're not going to, so we want the smaller hole. Okay. But I can't tell. It looks to me like it goes that way a little bit. But they are both on the same side of the seam. It's just kind of hard to tell for me. It's like an optical illusion. Okay, so now we're going to paper. Really, you shouldn't do this probably, but I do. Because when I flip it over, I want to be able to see where these 2 lines are. Okay, so on the front, we're going to do, am I going to do the green and then the red, or the red and then the green? This feels like 65 or 67 pound paper. Let's see. Yeah, this is really, we're going to have to trim this down a little bit, but I don't know how. Oh, I do. We'll use 2 pieces of paper. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the green against it. I think that's what we're going to do so we don't have so much red. Yes. So we're going to take the red, and this is big. This is like, it's just long. So it's A5, possibly. I don't know what it is. It's just really long paper. And this is the images that I selected. Or these are the images I selected. And we're going to measure this. I'm going to ink this. Well, I guess I should have laid the papers on here to make sure there was enough room to go red then green then the paper. Yeah, there's enough room for green in there. Okay, and we're going to set the one piece aside for the back, because we're going to do the back exactly like we do the front. So in order to stay within an hour, we're just going to do one, and then you can do the back on your own. Okay, make sure you glue in the side that isn't inked. And I should have papered this before I punched the holes. I always do it the other way around, but okay. Yeah, see, and that's too small. That's why we want to do it this way. We'll use 2 green pieces of paper because we want them to be bigger than 1/2. Okay, I know I drew. Okay, so let's make another green one that size. I bought this last year for my Christmas journal, and I think I forgot to use it, or I didn't use it. And now you can see there's a little bit difference in color. This is greener. So this is like the front side, you see, and there's a back side to it. So you want to make sure to keep track of that when you're cutting, and or not necessarily cutting, but when you're gluing and inking. I should have used chalk. Not really sure why I didn't. Now these look to be the dull side to me. Not really sure why it's that way. I didn't check on the red. Oh, the red was different paper. But I went ahead and I'm inking both just so we know which sides to put up when we glue. See, the reason that we should have put the paper on and then punched the holes is because, as you can see, this paper comes up higher than the hole. Now I'm going to go ahead and paper it the way it should be, and then I'm just going to repunch the hole. It's not that big of a deal. It's just it looks like that's the side I inked, but I'm not sure. Once you move them away from each other, then it's kind of hard to tell. I forgot to get the chipboard out. I'm going to glue this on here. Now I'm going to put some gears and things on mine as embellishments. So we will see. I'm going to power through even if it goes over an hour, which I think it probably will. It always does by 10 minutes, something like that. It's a lot quicker to just make one of these than it is to talk about making it while you're making it. And then we want to do our front cover first. That's where our red is, obviously. So I'm going to put the green on right over that. Now we're going to take the chipboard. I did have a piece out. We're going to take the chipboard. I need to make 2 of these. Okay, that's big enough too. Good. So So I'm going to measure on here the same size, and then I'm going to cut it out just a little bit smaller. I want it the same size as this, but a little bit smaller. Sorry about that. The screen goes up here. And what that's going to do is it's going to raise it up just a teeny bit from the cover, this image. Now I'm wondering, I think I might want to spray this first. Let me see what I've got, if I've got any white to make it look like snow. I have some and it's called Snow White. Well, it put glitter on it, but it didn't put the white on it. I have some white that actually puts white speckles on there. Okay, well, we'll put some of the Snow White on the back of the other one, just so it matches with the sparkle. Okay, it's alcohol and acrylic paint, so it dries super fast. It's just a very fine mist of the acrylic ink, acrylic paint. And then the alcohol evaporates, so it dries almost instantly. Doesn't take very long at all. Depends on how much you saturate it. It didn't really end up very sparkly, so I may go get the silver. And you're going to do the same thing on the back cover. The only extra step is gluing this on the back. And just make sure it's smaller than the cover piece that you're going to be gluing on. This one appears to be very close to the same size. I don't think I made it small enough. I mean, as long as it's not bigger. Let me get the silver. So this is metallic silver. And I'm holding it way far away. Yeah, you can see the sparkle. But I thought, now you can take a paintbrush, a fan brush, and some white acrylic paint and just tap it like this, and that will make that snow effect. And if I had thought about it and had everything ready, I probably would have done that. Okay, this is the front. We want to glue the cover on this way. There's just a little bit of extra glue there where I slid it to line it up. And so that's going to be our front cover. And because this is raised up, I don't know if we'll be able to put book corners on or not. I do have some silver ones. But I want silver. I don't think so. I think I would want gold. That would fit. And I kind of like it. So you're just gonna squeeze it on there to get it started. It's not going to be enough to hold it on. Then you're going to take a little bit of glue, and I mean a little bit. You don't need very much. You just want it in that corner to hold it on. I don't know, I may have gotten too much in that one. Now this, I want to make sure it goes up over this corner. And squeeze it on there, or push it up on there and hold it. Just look in the back and make sure we don't have anything. Okay. Then we're going to take our pliers, our padded pliers. You can get these just about anywhere. They're not expensive at all. And then you're just going to take where these little divots are and you're going to squeeze. Try not to make a mark on the metal. I made a little bit of one there. But you just want to kind of hold it on there a little bit more than just the glue. Okay, we're going to do that on all 4 corners. Now we're not going to do the back 2 corners until we put the paper on, because we may want to adjust to where that little point comes up over the paper a little bit, depending on how we put it on. But we can put this one on. Yeah, as you see, this one goes up over more. Plus, you have to push it up over that little raised up area. Looks like I've got a little bit of glue here I need to take off. So we're going to squeeze it, and then squeeze it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, a little dab of glue. And then you're just going to slide it on. And squeeze it really good. And then just a smidge. Okay, and that's going to be the front. And then I want to put some gears and things on here, so we're going to go for the gold. And I don't have time to do that right now. Let's see what I've got. I've got something. I think all I have is, I may have to order some gold gears. So I think all I have are bronze and silver. I do have these, which are kind of bronzy. These are gold. Here's some gold. And there's some gold in there. I didn't think I had any. So what I want to do, these are keys and hearts. So I'm not sure that I'm going to use those. These are brass and gold. Oh, what do you call it? Where it looks aged. My brain isn't working right now. Not Rusty Hinge, but the other one, the green one. Salvaged patina. So, in order to make this not run forever, I'm going to put some gears in the corners, and then I'm probably going to build something in the center on either side. And then I was thinking of putting some on the Santa, but I'm not sure I have, other than these, that I have any small enough. But I may put a few of these on the Santa. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for that, is just the gold gears. And let's see. Now Fabri-Tac will hold these on. See, I have to make sure I have 4 of each one if I'm going to make a pattern. It doesn't look like I am. I have 3. So I could do silver and gold. These book corners look a little more traditional. I might not have should have put those on there, but I like them. Oh, that's a charm. Yeah, see, I don't think I have. And see, those aren't even the same color. Anyway, okay, I'm going to have to go through here and find ones that match. It looks like I only have 3. So I'm going to order some more gears so that I have enough, and maybe some other metal pieces that would be steampunk, maybe some gold clocks, things like that, so that they match the gold on here. I thought I had enough in these bags, but it looks like I don't. I've only got 3 of each instead of 4. 4 is what starts out in the bag, but I've used enough out of here that I don't have 4 of each one left. Okay, so I'm gonna order new, and then I will just glue it on, and you know me, I'm just going to make a matching pattern somehow. And we're going to end up with an odd number on each corner because it looks better. Just the odd number looks better. I'll probably put some around the inside of here, and some on the little teeny ones on the inside on the Santa. Okay? Alright, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the flip through at the end of the month. We're going to show both of them. That's why I know I have enough time to order the pieces. But we'll do a flip through of both books at the end of the month after I show you how to do this, because I totally forgot. So, let's do this. Sorry about that. I totally forgot I hadn't done this yet. And then I'm not going to tie it because we're going to put paper on the spine first before I tie it. or if you're going to leave the spine, I wouldn't. But if you're going to leave the spine, then you can go ahead and tie this. And then just to get an idea of how much I'm going to need, I don't put it through the hole. And then put this through the hole. And then you would tie it. Well, yeah, I have enough left. I can retie it. Okay, now I move the knot up to the top so that it isn't in the middle of the journal. You're going to be cutting these ends off. I'm not going to do that now because I'm going to be taking this back out, taking the elastic out, and putting the paper that I need on here. Okay. The signature. So you're just going to take the signature and you're just going to lay it out flat. Like so. And I may put some of those small gold ones on here on the tree. And then you just slide it underneath to the center, fold it in half, and then your journal is done. Okay? Everything's in there the way it should be. We could have made the cover a little bit shorter, but I like the layered look, so we needed that little bit of extra size. Normally we make them 9 by 6 anyway. So I think that'll look pretty cool. And so that's going to be the end of this video. And I will see you in the next video. And that will be the double flip through at the end of the month. And then the day after that, or a couple days after that, is going to be the thank you video for joining into the collaboration and having fun and playing along with us, okay? All right. I will see you then. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.